love growing trees, I wanted to share some inspirational thoughts with you as we enter into a new growing season. Now, if you've never heard of Akiva SIlver before, I really recommend you look him up. And I want to read from you a passage from his book, Trees of Power. This is from chapter 1. It's called Life Fountains. Trees and fog stand without leaves, dark stems in a maze of inexhaustible intricacy, patterns laid upon patterns in a seeming randomness that gives way to a single beautiful scene. These life fountains spring from the ground, rising from a dark and mysterious world fully charged with life. They rise and then spread. From the end of every branch tip drip the fountains. Seeds rain down, feeding birds and mammals. We breathe these trees through our lungs, shelter ourselves with their wood, and fill our bodies with the energy of their fruit. These fountains of life are incredible beings that perform so many services for free and indefinitely. They have the ability to reproduce themselves, run on sun and rain, build wood out of carbon in the sky, create flavors, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, medicines, and vitamins. We are just tiny animals scampering beneath them, picking up their gifts as fast as we can because there's not enough time to keep up with the rain of presents. The feel of autumn and the wind pushes us to gather faster, filling bucket after bucket. The harvest looks staggering. It fills trucks and porches. Where will we put it all? And how will we have the time to process all this? Are some of the thoughts we have. And still, there's so much more lying on the ground. Millions of pounds in my county alone. Mind if I gather nuts off your lawn? They are a waste to my culture. It's a chore to rake them up off the grass. The gifts of the trees, of the universe, are largely ignored. It is a strange world indeed. I can't explain the physical joy I feel filling buckets with nuts, crawling around on my hands and knees surrounded by a staggering abundance. I sometimes laugh out loud like a madman and look around to see if anyone heard me. Sometimes a guy on a bicycle stares at me, but I have no time to worry about that. It's the harvest season, and I'm flying high. I need to keep reminding myself to stay calm. Yeah, so for me, that passage really hit home. Um, I never really understood for most of my life how connected I feel to trees, and I can't really explain adequately in words. There's just something amazing about growing trees from seeds and seeing them grow and the life that they give, and creating habitat for birds, seeing birds nesting and feeding in them from a tree, from a 15-foot, 20-foot tree that you planted years ago. Also, planting trees for future generations to have food and an abundance of food. Trees to me represent the definition of generational thinking. I heard a really good adage recently that went, plant the trees that your children will enjoy the shade from. Basically saying that you do the work now that you are not expecting to benefit from. Um, yeah, so uh, I hope that that little passage um, brought you a little bit of inspiration, and good luck with this next growing season.